The Ultimate Red Zone is a brand new difficult event introduced in Dokkan Battle for the 7th year anniversary. It's classified as a medium length event where you only get 3 tries per day in order to beat a specific stage. You only get 1 item to use, and the bosses are very, very strong. So we're going to be taking on this challenge by adding another challenge to that and running a free-to-play team. Today we're going to be trying to beat the second boss for the GT bosses stage, which is Luud here. So this is a pre-recording here because, to be honest, this was actually very, very difficult. And now, knowing that there's going to be more stages added, of course we already knew that, it was kind of obvious. If this is stage 2, I do not know how I'm going to feel about stage 3, 4, which is part 2, and I assume the last part will have 5, 6, 7, because there's 7 bosses on the event page. Now, this required a lot of luck, and I think the biggest problem, honestly, was due to the fact that the team needed a strong AGL representation from the friend unit, and quite frankly, like, the strongest was AGL MUI Goku, which didn't really hold well because then our rest of our free-to-play team wasn't so great. So then transforming Goku was our next option, but building the defense wasn't reliable because if we took a super attack, we're just dead anyway. So that was the reason why I decided PyCon, and thank you everybody that added me on my JP account from my Twitter tweet. So I appreciate that, because finding PyCon friends, especially 100%, was not good. Now, weirdly enough, we actually made it through, even after taking, you know, all those normal attacks. I don't know if I grabbed the rainbow orb, I don't know. But I didn't dodge any of that. But the main thing we had to focus on was keeping the rotation so that Gohan could always get his passive. So we're running this Prime Battle Gohan because he's very strong at the beginning, as you can tell from his attack stat. And with his linking partner, like version Z Goku or just any Goku with supports, you know, he can do some good damage. We want to get past this first phase, which is physical, as fast as possible. So without using any items, so then we do have 2 weeks items to keep us healthy enough in order to beat the last battle. Even though he has 5 bars, he actually does a lot, and his health bar is quite a lot. Now, I am going to be using JPhanta active skill here because I really needed the heal. No, in hindsight, obviously, I know that we could have gotten away with this so free without even using that, and we could have saved the active skill for some other time, for maybe when it's even more important. But JPhanta's still very good, especially stacked on with damage reduction. She can really tank on the last battle as well, only if you have Whis activated. So we got the double super, which is why we didn't really need to use the active skill there. But at least Goku got 5.2 million attack stat, and he's got type neutral, not type disadvantage. That's the scary part, and he got a nice crit actually, was that bringing these physical units was very, very bad for the STR phase, obviously. But we needed it because Gohan has that fat damage reduction, so we can no item when he is on the rotation. And then Goku's just a nice support with big damage output. And even if he's versing type disadvantage, if he gets a critical, it's honestly okay. Weirdly enough, we do keep PyCon floated out. That's just how unimportant the friend is. But at the same time, he's still very important, to say the very least. Because he will clutch it up for us at the very end. And Gohan, he has amazing Prime Battle Gohan. It's great that I get to use this guy, because it is very hard to find, like, usages outside of, like, Exploding Rage to bring him onto a team. Even Goku's family can't even really fit him in just because how strong that category is. So, it was really good. Take a Fat's normal attack. You gotta be careful with that AGL Goku. This is very lucky, I'm not gonna lie. We didn't kill there, which is fine. Now, also, bringing PyCon, we also have his active skill available to us, which will give us the really nice skip turn for us so that we don't take any damage whatsoever. So, a free Ghost Usher, meaning we have, like, 3 items instead of 2. So, we get to finish off the first phase here. I was just figuring out the rotations because I believe the next rotation will have double Gohan. No, it will have one Gohan, but then I want to float out the other Goku. No, I forgot how the run went. But yeah, we taking out the first battle. Took a while, not gonna lie. We're full health essentially, and we have 2 items. So that's really good. Now, it was kind of awkward because using a Whis, you obviously don't want to waste a Whis turn. So having a Whis on the turn where the Whis is... Like, having Pikkon on the last turn of Whis made it really awkward for us. So if we use his active skill, it was kind of a waste in itself. So I was trying to find, like, an opportunity where I could, like, no-item a battle so that I could hopefully use his active skill. And even though Gohan here is now type neutral, he's still very strong. Now, that doesn't really show it off, like 1 million, but he's tanking decent. It's better than Gohan. At this point, technically, yeah, this Gohan is way better than the Prime Battle Gohan because the doubles damage reduction stack is really good. But we just need to throw as much damage as possible. And this was okay because double damage reduction greatly raised the attack and defense. We were all good there. Now, I did have the opportunity to use the active skill here, but I just couldn't get myself to do that because it was, like, not worth it, especially when we still have Whis, and we have double AGL, and we have BPAN, which was, like, a recipe for survivability. Easy. So here, I was just trying to figure out what the best rotation attack pattern would be, if I should keep BPAN, if I should keep Trunks. Keeping Trunks on rotation is really good, just because he's an AGL unit, he's very strong, he's okay defensively. If we took out Luud with Trunks, oh my god, he would have been nasty, but we did not. And then I was just figuring out what the rotations are going to look like. I will have double Goku on the next rotation, which means the Gohan, when he comes around, the physical Gohan, won't have his passive. So that was the reason why I decided not to use the active skill from Pikkon. And I was like, if we can use the active skill on Pikkon, then, you know, using it when Gohan's on rotation with no Goku was our best moment to do that. We still have the Whis activated. I didn't want to risk too much. Like, I was, like, thinking thoroughly. Dokkan meter's coming through. Because you only get 3 runs per day, which is the most annoying thing. And we finally got 1 bar down. 1 bar down. Get a nice little heal back. Pan only gets 175,000. But every little bit counts. Goku in the first slot. And here I was trying to farm the active skill for the physical Goku. But unfortunately, I'll play this animation, but I'm going to skip the rest of the app resets. I just couldn't get the crit. So at the end of the day, after trying every single slot, I was like, nah, I'm not going to even use the active skill. Because I'd rather use the active skill where we have a guaranteed crit. Even if, like, the extra bit of damage, I had to risk it. I was like, you know, I have to save it for a rainy day later on. I used the Whis here. I just couldn't get myself to not use it. Goku dies in 1 shot. Gohan dies in 1 shot with a super attack. And even without the item here, and knowing that we took a super attack there, nah, not risking it. Got 1 million. And the Dokkan mode's coming up next turn. No crit there either. And so now I have the active skill potentially available. But as greedy as I was, I actually decided not to go with the active skill here. The reason was the attack pattern was okay. We had the Whis activator. We have the Dokkan mode. We have the heal. Like, I can guarantee myself to get an 18 kill with Gohan. I felt like even if we took a super attack at the end, we were gonna be fine. And then if we did take a super attack, we'd heal up with the the Dokkan mode plus B-Pan. So, we went for the risky play. We didn't get any Rainbow Orbs, so there's no dodge potential with Pycon. But as long as we got the additional support that he provides, I think I was pretty happy with that outcome. I wish we had like an Angel Goku or Vegeta so we can get the fusion. Or like the unit super attack, sorry. And then you get type advantage. That would make the start a lot better. We did 3 million damage, officially making it halfway past Luud. And we have no items available. I honestly almost thought this was impossible, because this was like the luckiest run I had thus far. And then we got a nice little dodge, which kept our HP really nice and healthy. Good attack pattern. We got only AGL units, which was awesome. Definitely went with the raised defense with Trunks. It's going to be much safer. Keep our health, because there is a restriction on Pycon's active skill, so you need to keep as much HP as possible. Taking 80,000 was very annoying. I knew at that point, I was like, even Trunks, even if he tanks double digits here, we weren't going to get the requirements. Goku here just isn't tanky enough. 67,000. We were very, very low. But if you guys don't remember the Gohan's passive skill, he gets a guaranteed crit if you drop underneath a specific HP, 58%. And that's actually the first time I believe we got that. I might be wrong, but yeah. So now it's time to use the active skill. I made a mistake here, but luckily I was able to reset the app. So you're supposed to obviously get Pycon's orbs first, so you get the support. At least I knew the middle wasn't going to crit, so I could just chuck Goku at the end here to potentially crit. We did get a crit, 2.6 million, and I told you it would come in clutch, right? I told you, you gotta play your cards right. I got as much orbs for Goku, and then an ultimate super attack with B-Pan, so that she can heal up anything that we take. 2 million. I was like, oh my god, can we do it with these two? 4.5, I was kind of thought it was the end here. I was like, let's go. Goku could do that much damage. And I realized, uh-oh. And then we got the additional, but I was still scared. Because B-Pan's not the strongest in the world. And we need to kill with the super attack. So even if she leaves on the minuscule, if she normal attacks, like, it's over. But luckily enough, we actually got it done. Definitely, out of the 4 stages released in part 1, this was definitely the hardest one for me. Then Turles, then Lord Slug, and then the Legic, or whatever his name is. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up here. That was the Ultimate Red Zone Stage 2 of GT Bosses. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on so you don't miss out on the daily content. Check them out. My social medias linked in the description. Until the next one, stay healthy, stay safe, stay fizzy. Peace out.